Okay.
Okay, today we're talking about lines of defense, and your first line of defense is your head, so you keep our heads directly in line with him. Then our second, if he gets below our head, then our hands are our defense, and if he gets past our hands, then we have to learn how to use our hips, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And our first one, we're going to jump right in here, is how to use our heads, and we have this little game that we play. So we're going to put our heads together, and I'm going to walk into Dan, and he's just going to go backwards. I can waddle, or I can shuffle, and then he can push into me, he can waddle, or he can shuffle, right? And so we do that, that's number one, and then number two is I'm going to take my head, and I'm going to, Dan, you just stay still, I'm going to get my head off to the angle right here, and so that's getting an angle, and then Dan is going to fight back to get his head back where it needs to be, right there. And then I'm going to go to the other side, and then Dan's going to come back and get right back on there. And so that's just a little drill that we're going to play to help us get used to having our heads touching the other guy's head. Drill. So then I said that the next drill that we have to do is about how to down block. So we said that the head is the first line of defense, the second one is your hands. And so what we can do is we just get, Dan is going to be on an inside tie on me, I'm going to have an over tie, okay? And he's going to reach for one of my legs, and I'm just going to push it down. We're just going to go real slow here. And first, Dan is just going to go for this one, and then he's going to go for this one, okay? So let's just do that. So Dan's going to shoot. I'm going to push the hand down. I'm going to kick my leg back. I'm going to kick my leg back and it's going for it. And that's down blocking. That's just a down blocking drill. And we can make this, we can pick the speed up a little bit, so Dan can go a little faster, harder. And that's how we'll play that game. Okay, so what happens a lot of times, because we're new wrestlers, is that this guy's going to get in really super deep before we've even moved, right? So in this situation, we've got to get our hips back. And so what we're going to do is we're going to practice a movement that looks basically like this. So if you put your hands down, now remember, at this point, my legs are carrying all the weight, and I want him to carry the weight. So we just go like this, legs apart, up, apart, up. You can do it like a burpee, where you go, you go like this, apart, in, up, and jump, apart, in, up, and jump. And then what that looks like when you get shot upon, so really deep, I'm gonna shoot my leg back, and this will happen sometimes. You're cross-facing, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going over. That's the time to do this move. Because he's going to be a little bit off balance too, because he's pushing so hard. So he's driving in, and I just throw my legs back. And at this point, one of the best moves is to block right here and chop over here, right? And then you come around. And so that's just what we call, I guess we were going to call that an arching sprawl drill. So we let the guy get in super deep, kick those legs back, pop them once, and come around. Okay, so when we're really sprawling, when someone's really gotten in deep, what we're going to do is we're going to put our shoulder, and we're going to stop him by putting our shoulder on Dan's back, basically. So you can just stand there, Dan. So if we drew a line right across his back, down the middle, and across his shoulders, that's kind of where we want to hit him with our shoulder. So let's try to start with that down blocking drill. And if it goes down, like take an actual shot, Dan. So take an actual shot. I'm going to put I'm going to deliver a blow right there, and that's going to help stop him. Okay, and then from there, I'm just going to talk about what a front headlock looks like. So that's down blocking, and then a front headlock, you're going to grab, let's say up in the armpit for this time, and I'm going to grab on his chin. So cup the chin, elbow in. I don't want to have my elbow out because Dan's head's going to pop out. Okay, so we got to cup the chin, elbow in, and then after you stop them, you're going to have your shoulder kind of between his shoulder blades, so you have what we call the short elbow right there, so he can't grab onto that. And then what I'm going to do, that's pretty typical, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab him in the armpit, and I'm going to pull him so that he rolls over that shoulder, and he falls down. Okay, so let's just take a look here. I'm going to get here my front headlock, Typically, what we want to do is we want to have our hips lower than our shoulders, because that means I'm pushing into them. If I'm up here too much, my legs are carrying my weight. If I'm down, I'm like this, and he's carrying my weight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out to the side, and I'm going to pull him over that shoulder. All right? And ideally, the ideal state is that Dan's face touches the mat. And then you can spin around either way. What we want to do, the easiest way, is to let that head that's on the chin come across the neck. I'm going to turn. Have that come across the neck. And we're going to take a big old meat hook. We're going to grab him right here, and we're going to run him over. So let's just do that once, the whole thing. So this is a down block, to a front headlock, to a typical way that we're going to pull him over. So let's just get a real shot. So I got him right there. Cup the chin, elbow in. I'm up in his armpit. My hips are lower than my chest and my shoulders. And I'm going to pull him down. I'm going to grab a meat hook, and I'm going to run behind. That's how we do a down block to a front headlock. So we're next going to learn how to do a move called cross-face back ankle. Okay? It's really simple. Dan gets in on a shot. This is our most basic defense. He gets in on singles. I sprawl. Okay? And what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to get around. He's going to try to get around behind me. What I got to do is, first of all, I just got to get him to calm down. I'm going to do that by doing, and we're going to pretend he's got an inside head single leg. So he's going to try to spin around. I'm just going to do a tight waist. Just keep him in front of me. Okay, I'm going to get my sprawl position here, or my power position. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that cross face. I'm going to grab that back ankle, pull away, and I'm just going to knock him over. Okay? Tight waist. Knock him forward. Slide back. Grab cross face. Grab the back ankle. Come around. Cross face, back ankle. And it's even easier to do if he does a head outside shot. That's why we don't teach the head outside shot. We teach head inside shot. Because then the cross face is right there. And I'm on top of his shoulder. Right? So right away. So snapping people down. This is something that people don't, like little kids don't do, but I think it's doable. My younger brother used to set up his head and arm by snapping once, snapping twice, and then when he came up the third time, he'd grab it. So we can snap, and snapping doesn't need to be a hard thing, okay? So it can be just, you're there, and then you come in and you snap. And what you try to do is you can go just like this, like a football head tie. So I go on top, and then I grab his chin, and I keep his head right in the middle here. Okay, and then what I can do is I can pull in one direction, and then I'm going to jump way over there on my knees. So it looks like this. Going like this, right? And the ideal state, okay, so to help you think what we're trying to do here, ideal state when we snap is that Dan is completely laid out, completely flat, and his face touches the mat. That's what we want. So that can help you understand and guide. So although the snapping is kind of jerky and back and forth, you can grab right here. You can grab, usually at this point you grab behind the elbow. So when he was down, we're up in the armpit. When he's up, we're right here. We're giving it a little twist too. I'm going to grab right here, and so I'm still just going to do the same thing. I'm just thinking, I want his face to touch the mat, okay? And the quickest way is circle, and then jump, pull it down, okay? And again, we do that same thing, where we let go of the chin, grab onto the neck, I'm on top of him, I grab the meat hook right here, and knock him over. And so this is a move that we should get very good at. When you snap someone, when he's down, that's a highly disadvantaged position. And one other thing about snapping. So what can happen is that Dan, if I just start pulling down, he doesn't come along. Okay, so he starts if I try to pull him down, he kind of slips out right there. Okay, that happens a lot. And there's a way to stop that. That is that I'm going to drive back. So I'm going to like try to push his head about right here. Okay, so I'm driving into him. So kind of like with a shot, when you push into him, you wait until he pressures back, and then you let go. So pressure, release, pressure, release. And so if someone takes a shot at me, I can just drive right into him, and he may fall over, but if he doesn't, then I pull him down. I get my hand on top, grab a meat hook, and run around. We're good? Okay, so we just talked about how bad it is to be snapped down, and so we're going to talk about the counter to that. So it's pretty simple, but basically, so I shoot in, boom, and good position is if I get past his elbow. If I get to his leg, I can be doing worse. But there's a lot of times you take a shot and you don't get past his elbows. So now he's in on me. He's got me in a snap position, and I need to get out of here. And it's pretty simple. What you gotta watch out for is when you're getting up, lifting up your arms, okay? Because he's gonna be looking for that. Having that arm up, he might cow catch us. And so what you gotta do is there's gonna be a hand on your chin, you're gonna grab onto that. This hand is gonna be posted down, and you're just gonna circle up, like that. He may still be holding onto your head when you get up here, and it can be really hard to get rid of them. And so what you can do is, I gotta think about this, like you gotta throw your butt back and forth. Again, I gotta swim it back and forth like it's a fish, and the fish is pointing that way, right? The eyes are this way. So it looks like this. You go back and forth, and get him off. Right, just shake him loose, just go back and forth, and then he comes off.
And that's a 2-on-1 where he ended up at the end there. So you can go right into a 2-on-1 series for takedown.
Action.
All right, next we're going to talk about how to do a go behind. Belly. And that gets on top of him, so I can't just go right through his head. So I'm going to slap my belly. Belly, circle, dig, circle. We can do it either way. You should be able to do this one, similar to the single leg. You should be able to do this to both sides. So, belly, circle, dig, circle.
Action.
The next one, the next go behind that we've got is really great, and again, a beginner can learn it. I taught my son, who is 6, this in a couple minutes. Maybe he just got lucky or got it right, but it is something that you can do. So basically, it's called a shuck. It's been around for a long time, and if most people are better doing a go behind this way, the shuck, most people are better at doing this one going this way. So it gives you an option to go behind the other way for the guy. And so he comes down, and I get him in the front head, and a real common thing is that they grab on to your arm that's on their chin. So he grabs onto my chin right there. See? And so what you got to do is basically, I'm going to lift my arm up, and I'm going to land right here. So everyone should, when you're going to practice this move, hit right here on your chest. And so Dan grabs onto my arm. What I do is I'm just going to let go, and I'm going to put it way up in the air so that his fingers can't follow me. And I'm going to land against him. Then I'm going to take this other hand that was over here, I'm going to stick it right here. I'm going to come behind. So it looks like this kind of live. It's not real live. So Dan shoots on me. I sprawl. He grabs onto my hand. And I'm going to shuck him. I'm going to be on the sides of my feet. I lost my balance there. I'm going to be on the sides of my feet. I'm going to dig in. And I'm going to go back. So let's try that again one more time. This mat's really slippery. So Dan shoots. I grab onto the front headlock. I might even spin him this way a little bit. And I pull my arm up. Dig. Go back.